Okay, or let us know if there are any problems with that.
How are you today?
Hey, Representative.
How are you? It's good to see you.
You too, here. We don't actually have one of those handheld mics, so you guys will have to share that. Just talk.
Good afternoon. A really distinguished group. We're passing through. I was on the way to Simpsonville from a meeting in Travelers Rest, and Mr. Harmon let me know your event several weeks ago, and we wanted to come by and greet you and thank you for what you do, and thank you for being interested in this. Representative Chumley and I are acutely interested in the Second Amendment and acutely interested in protecting the folks' rights to bear arms. And as you know, there's a list, and I don't have the list with me, but there's a number of bills. Unfortunately, there's a number of really, in our view, bad bills in the South Carolina House this year that would restrict and take away from people's rights to have their guns and bear arms and protect themselves. And then there are a few bills to go the other way. And I know there are different political persuasions in each group, and I'm not up here to persuade you to go one way or another, but we would like to greet you and thank you for what you're doing. And I'm going to let Representative Chumley have a minute of time, and then we'll get out of your way and go do the rest of the day of what we need to do. Yes, sir.
I wish you'd just spend a little bit of time working on our roads.
Well, we haven't done such a good job on the road, so maybe we should move on to something we can do something on.
Well, we're not going to need you in the office if you don't fix the roads.
Well, we have a number of bills over there. You know, we'll have $1.5 billion to spend, and everybody wants to spend it on everything except the roads, seems like. Representative Chumley and Representative Toole and I, we have $415 million of new money, unfound money last year, and we got on the floor of the House and pushed and pushed and pushed, and the House voted against using that money for roads and bridges. Thankfully, the Senate stepped up, and we got $300 million of that. Now, this year, we got all this extra money. It's already up to $1.3 million and growing. $1.3 billion with a B. Yeah, thanks, Bill. And, you know, the heart's not there sometimes, so, you know, we're going. Well, Representative Loftus and Chumley and I have another bill to sell Santee Cooper. It's worth about $15 billion, and take the interest off of that $15 billion and use it every year to fix our roads. Wouldn't cost the folks any more tax money. But we can't get a hearing on something that makes sense. Mr. Chumley. Yeah, that's what we're here for, I guess. But anyway, thanks a lot.
You know, I appreciate your comment. That's the first time I ever heard that. You know, kidding. We hear it a lot. We hear it a tremendous amount. And roads are part of the problem that we've got. And Second Amendment assault is, in my opinion, really bad. So, but let me just say this. Thank y'all so much for letting us speak and barge in on you like this. I do appreciate this. I thank you so much for what y'all do. And we're trying our best to do what's right down there. DOT, let me go back there. We'll get off guns for a minute, but DOT has to be restructured. There's no point in giving them more money the way it is now. It's not, money is not the problem. Use of the money is the problem. And it's all over. The money that's going down the country is killing us in upstate, but any beyond that, it is an issue. So we're supposed to hear from, we're supposed to get results of an audit in April from DOT. We'll know a little bit about what they're doing with the money, how they're handling it, and whatever. Then we'll know some more. But I am very interested in roads.
One thing that most folks don't know, in 1999, the director then took every dollar that he could take of the state's infrastructure money and couple that money to get federal matching money, you know, 25, 75, whatever he could get. But that's a great idea. But if you do it for about 17 years in a row or 15 or 13 years in a row, what you do is neglect the local infrastructure, the local roads and bridges. Just in Greenville County, we're trying to repair 4 bridges right now that has a school on it, an elementary school that the ambulance and the fire truck can't get to it. So it is a serious problem. But we created that problem by letting that director and that group seek federal money and get every dollar they could for federal projects and new roads instead of taking care of the local state roads that we already had. So, you know, we're not here to talk about roads, but maybe we are. But unwise expenditures, trying to chase somebody else's money instead of taking care of what we have, has got us where we are right now. And, you know, it's the easy, lazy way to say we just need to raise the road tax when we got a number of other ways to fund it. So.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to move on. We didn't want to take up so much of your time, but the gun thing, let me just say this. I'm looking at 13 to 15 bills right now in the House, and they're mostly bad bills. And they're what I say is a knee-jerk reaction to a lot of things that have happened. But anyway, the thing we need to do is have some common sense approach to this and do something that's going to work for everybody. I think Mike and I have two bills that are very good. I think it's going to be really good. And we have one from last year that was held over from April of last year, 3025, which is a good bill. Both of us are on that one. And so there's a lot of things here that need to be fixed also. But as they say in Columbia, we're not short on things to see about. You know, there's plenty of things going down there. And I am trying, and I know Mike is, and we've got a group down there that kind of think the way we do, and we stay at it all the time. We're going to be on furlough week after next. Most of the House is going to be on furlough. Mike and I and our committee will be in Columbia working during furlough. So we're doing the best we can. We're staying after it. I'm anxious to get the DOT audit, anxious to get that back, and then we're going to know what we can do, and then use the money the right way. So I think we're going to see some improvements. I really do, because it's a very important issue right now. So anything else? Yes, sir.
This is closely related to gun rights, but I think y'all have a bill playing on this year, 474.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One of the reasons I like my firearms, I'm a diehard hunter. I urge y'all, please take that bill up and vote on it.
4074.
I think that's what 474 restricts, well, it changes our hunting season, the bag limit, you know,
Right.
based on pretty good sound scientific evidence.
Right.
For present preserving.
Yeah. Let me. I agree with you, and we will look at that one. Anybody that has any specific bill numbers, tell us. Besides guns and besides roads, we're involved in a lot of things, the move over law, and a lot of things that are going on like this. And it's hard to remember all the bill numbers, you know, like this, but I can get them in a minute. So, but if specifically like that, if you have one like that, I want to write it down.
I think that's it. I can't remember. I'm bad with photos. Like,
Okay, I bet it's the 100 bill.
the Senate passed it last year.
It was originally a Senate bill. Okay, that's probably not the right number, but. Oh, did you say 474? Okay, well, that would be a Senate bill. Yes, sir, it would be. All right, we'll write that down, okay? I don't know how much time we have, but yes, sir. Well, you know, well, I kind of wonder sometimes myself. There is, I believe, 2 CDV gun bills, I believe, that are pre-filed in December. I think it was just the 2 that I do know of that were pre-filed, and they're, you know, I don't know that they're going to clean anything up or clear anything up, but, you know, we'll take it up, of course. But, you know, we'll do whatever we need to do, whatever the people want. That's what we'll take up. And but we certainly don't need more regulations, I don't think. We need regulations are always good, but the key word in regulations, and I'm on the regulation committee, is common sense regulations. You don't hear that a lot. You don't hear common sense anything, but common sense regulations is a real way to say it. That's what we need, you know, and something that is useful and workable, you know. You think? Okay, well, thank y'all so much for letting us bother you. Appreciate you.
If you take a family in a station wagon over potholes, is that domestic violence? Okay.
Probably would qualify.
We had to get some domestic violence credit.